Здравствуйте, я по адресу. Здесь будет шествие?
Так.
То есть нигде? Нигде, да? В 4 часа. 5. Ну не в 4, а в 4 что-то какое-то.
Собираемся только.
А, здесь в 4 собираемся, хорошо. Значит, здесь начинаем.
Да.
Хорошо. Я с Казахстана, политузник, политический блогер. Пришла поддержать от имени казахского народа, всего казахского народа, Украину.
Спасибо.
Слава Украине!
Героям слава.
Героям слава.
Спасибо.
Все от имени казахского народа и политузник. Хорошо, понятно. То есть мы все против Тоқаева. Тоқаева мы ненавидим. Тоқаев дал приказ расстрелять казахов без предупреждения на поражение руками ЧВК, который убивает ваш народ, и с помощью ОДКБ. И мой мирный народ он превратил, обманул весь мир, сказал, что они террористы. На самом деле это мирные люди, которые вышли просто на бархатную революцию. Вот, поэтому давайте, я с вами.
Куда-то это?
Я в YouTube выкладываю.
А как канал называется?
Зубайда Патриот.
Спасибо.
Скажите, откуда вы, как?
Мы с Киева, Николаев и Мариуполь.
Мариуполь.
Да, вот вышли поддержать наших. Слава Украине.
Слава Украине, героям слава. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Я политузник, политзаключенный с Казахстана. Ага, здесь попросила политубежище. Всем народам Казахстана от имени казахского народа пришла поддержать Украину.
Спасибо большое.
Слава Украине.
Слава.
Да здравствует Зеленский, да здравствует народ, чтобы больше не было смертей, чтобы скорее победа, ваша победа, это наша победа.
Спасибо большое, Казахстану, очень приятно. Спасибо.
Я политузник, политблогер, Зубайда Патриот канал.
Спасибо, до свидания.
Я в Утрехте была с 11 до 4, теперь сюда успела.
Это очень классно.
Здравствуйте, я с Казахстана, политузник, политблогер. Пришла от имени казахского народа поддержать украинский народ, чтобы скорее кончилась эта безобразная война, чтобы этот Путин, фашист и наш марионетка президент Тоқаев скорее попали под Гаагский трибунал. Вот. Да здравствует Украина, героям слава.
Героям слава. Ага. Спасибо вам за поддержку.
Қазақ елі осы алаңда жиналамыз. Қазір сағат 4-тен 5-ке дейін жиналамыз. Содан кейін шеру болады. Ал қазақ елі келдім. Сендердің аттарынан өте қуанышты. Халық өте риза бізге, қазақ еліне. Мен өзім жалғыз келген жоқ, мен сендермен біргемін. Сендердің аттарынан келіп отырмын, бүкіл қазақ халқының атынан. Сол қазақ еліндегі сатқын қазақтар тезірек бастарын құртып, жойып кетсін. Тоқаев Гаага сотында отырсын. Гаага трибуналына беруге нәсіп етсін. Назарбаев пен Назарбаевтың отбасы барлығы Гаага трибуналына өтіп, түрмесінде шіріп отырсын. Қазақ елі жасасын. Тоқаев жаман, Тоқаев мал, Тоқаев ит, құры Тоқаев, Примаковтың жүгірмегі, Примаковтың боғы, тезірек қазақ елімді босат, кет. Төрттен бастап 5-ке дейін жиналады халық. Содан кейін осы жерден бастап шеру аламыз. Amsterdam қаласынан орталық алаңы.
теж.
Давайте. Молодежь, снимите. Снимите меня.
А ви
Возьмите кто-нибудь камеру.
Держите камеру.
Молодой человек,
Держите.
еще на камеру.
Куда нажимать? Снимайте на видео, все готово, снимайте, просто держите. Слава Украине! Героям слава! Здравствуй, Зеленский! Президент Тоқаев, президент Казахстана поддерживает, полностью поддерживает политику Путина. Мы весь казахский народ не поддерживаем Тоқаева. Қасым Жомарт Тоқаев поддерживает фашистов Путина. Тоқаева как снесут! Тоқаева как снесут! Спасибо.
Вот.
Вот так.
Рівно рік тому життя українців перевернулося з ніг на голову. В одну мить всі плани на щасливе майбутнє змінилися на план виживання. Росія розв'язала війну проти України та всього демократичного світу. 365 днів завдяки Збройним силам України, героїзму українського народу та підтримці наших міжнародних союзників Україна продовжує боронити свою свободу та європейські демократичні цінності. Ми сьогодні тут, щоб показати нашу єдність і вдячність усім тим, хто продовжує стояти з Україною. Ми сьогодні тут, тому що війна не закінчилася. І разом з вашою підтримкою ми не зупинимося до перемоги.
Dear Ukrainians, our Dutch and international community, exactly 1 year ago, the life of Ukrainian people turned upside down. In a split moment, any plans for a bright future were changed to a plan for survival. Russia launched a war against Ukraine and the whole democratic world. Ukraine was given 3 days, but thanks to the armed forces of Ukraine, heroism of Ukrainian people, and the support of our international allies, we've managed to continue defending its freedom and European democratic values for 365 days. We're here today to show our unity and gratitude to all those who continue standing with Ukraine. We are here today because the war is not over, and together with your support, we will not stop until the victory. Our first speaker of today is the board member of Foundation Ukrainians in the Netherlands.
Наш перший спікер сьогодні – член правління Фундації українців в Нідерландах Олександр Томашчук.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації! Україна! Друзі, я радий бачити всіх вас тут сьогодні. І хоч і нагода така, яку би ми не хотіли мати. Хоч і цей рік був ріком болю, втрат, страждань, роком дуже складного негативу і дуже великих випробувань для нас усіх. Тим не менш, саме цей рік він показав нам, хто ми є. Він показав нам, що ми можемо зробити. Він показав, що ми можемо дати відсіч будь-якому ворогу. Друга армія світу чи не друга армія світу. Ми побачили, що коли ми об'єднані, ми йдемо до перемоги і ніщо нас не може зупинити. Чому ми тут? Цей день, він нагадує нам усім про дорогу, яку ми пройшли. І важливо в цей день бути разом. Важливо в цей день дивитись і назад, бачачи не тільки те все погане, бачачи моменти єдності, але також важливо дивитися вперед і бачити перемогу, бачити світле майбутнє, бачити те, що ми з вами цими руками зараз робимо. І все, що ми досягнули, це є дуже важливо. Ми сильно об'єдналися. І зусиллями нашої громади, зусиллями тимчасово переміщених осіб, ми відправили сотні тонн гуманітарної допомоги в Україну. Ми допомогли інформацією, порадою, відкрили свої домівки тисячам тимчасово переміщених осіб з України, тисячам наших співвітчизників. Завдяки нашим з вами старанням, завдяки нашим з вами донаціям і зусиллям ми відправили десятки автомобілів в Україну, які допомогли на фронті, які були також як і швидкі, врятували життя, пожежні автомобілі, які допомагали також з трагедіями і боротьби з наслідками, які там були. Саме ця діяльність, яка робиться тут, вона дає реальний результат в Україні. Багато з вас може думати, от ми в Нідерландах, у нас зараз тут безпека, хтось із вас може відчувати через це погані емоції. Знаєте, коли ви залучені, приходите на мітинги, коли ви разом з нами завантажуєте гуманітарну допомогу в Україну, коли ви донатите, це ваш внесок в нашу спільну перемогу. Друзі, я хочу, щоб сьогодні ви пам'ятали, і завтра, і завжди ви пам'ятали, що в такі темні моменти, як ми маємо зараз, зароджується те, що потім несе світло. Зароджується те, що потім створює добробут для всіх нас. Адже ми захищаємо не тільки Україну, ми захищаємо наше спільне майбутнє в Європейському Союзі, в європейській родині. І ми з вами далі будемо вибудовувати Україну, яка буде побудована на демократичних цінностях і яка буде мати прекрасне, чудове майбутнє. And now I would like to address all the Dutch people, all the international friends of Ukrainian diaspora in the Netherlands. And the first two words is thank you. Thank you all. Without your tremendous support, this 1 year since full-scale invasion and 9 years of war would be dramatically different. And we don't even want to think how it would be. And we really felt a shoulder of a true friend. And without this shoulder, I think we could not make it. But the war is not over. All of us, I think all of us, we wish that the war is over, but it's not yet there. We still need to be united. We still need to support Ukraine in multiple ways. And this is not just humanitarian support. This is, of course, military support, this is financial support, and we have already received a lot of support, but it's not yet there. This year, it showed that our enemies, they thought that we will be divided. They thought that we're not gonna make it, and that they use this opportunity and they just bring the terror and violence. And in terms of the democratic rules, they wanted to bring a rule of force. It didn't work. And this is a good sign. This is a sign that shows us that we stand on the right things, we stand on the right values, and we will prevail. Together, we will reach and we will build a prosperous, a bright future for entire Europe. And I would like you to have this message in the depths of your hearts. This is not about Ukraine alone. Ukraine is standing at the front line of protection of democratic values. This is about the Europe. And together we will win. Together democracy will prevail, and together we will build European future. Thank you.
That we have all together only one option: to win this war, to defeat Putin on the battlefield.
Air raid alert. Proceed to the nearest shelter. Don't be careless. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Attention. Air raid alert. Proceed to the nearest shelter. Don't be careless. Your overconfidence is your weakness.
Dear people, thank you so much for all coming here today on Dam Square. My name is Karel Burger Derven, and I'm the first honorary consul of Ukraine ever being appointed to the Netherlands. I'm proud to represent Ukraine, an independent, sovereign and democratic nation, and to represent 43 million Ukrainians. And I want to be very, very clear. Being honorary consul of Ukraine also means I'm honorary consul of Crimea, of Donbass, of Mariupol, and all other parts of Ukraine that are temporarily occupied illegally by the Kremlin regime. On the morning of February 24th, Russia started a full-scale, senseless war against Ukraine. And it has to be said that this war already started in 2014. And even many Dutch people already have been killed in this war by the downing of MH17. This war in Europe is about freedom and democracy. And today, we all together here demonstrate that we stand for these values. It is crystal clear that Putin and the Kremlin regime are the aggressor in this war. And they should be held accountable for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Putin and other war criminals should be brought to justice in Gaga, The Hague.
Yes.
Ukraine has the full right under the United Nations Charter to defend itself. And other countries have the full right under the same United Nations Charter and its resolutions to help a country that defends its sovereignty. The last year I have been in Ukraine 3 times. And one of my travels was with the Dutch Prime Minister, Mark Rutte. I was in Irpin and Bucha, where I said to the Dutch Prime Minister that you can only not see the devastation, feel the senselessness of this war, but you can also smell the war. You can smell the debris, you can smell the ammunition, and you can smell death. And this made a life-changing impression on the Prime Minister, as it would on all of us. After 1 year of this full-fledged war, Europe and the world are more united than ever. A friend in need is a friend indeed. And this support is not only based upon international law, but also based upon our human and moral obligation. And this morning we had a church service at Dom Church in Utrecht, and also there we were connected by the faith and the prayers for peace. And also from this stage, I want to show respect to the Ukrainian armed forces and express my gratitude to all those who support them. They are true heroes. I also would like to thank all other people and organizations supporting Ukraine. We have all experienced that if you open your heart for Ukraine, you will be in the hearts of all Ukrainians. Yes, it is war in Europe, and this is a historic moment in time to show on which side of history you are. This is black or white, this is good or evil, and there are no 50 shades of grey. There is no way to be neutral in this war. This war can only be stopped by kicking the Russia out of the entire Ukrainian territory. So also Crimea. And therefore Ukraine not only needs the strongest weapons it is asking for to defeat the aggressor state Russia, but it also needs the most strongest boycotts and sanctions against Russia. This is moral above money. And I appeal to the moral compass of all those companies that are still doing business with or in Russia. You are financing the Russian war machine. It is your moral obligation to leave Russia. War changes everything, and I call upon the members of those supervisory boards, and I call also to the shareholders and the employees of these companies that are still active in Russia. Talk to your management and let them stop all the activities in Russia from today. Ukraine has to win this war, and Ukraine will win this war. Ukraine not only defends its own freedom and human dignity, but also is defending these values for Europe, so also for us. And Ukrainians are, like us, free people, and that is why their war is also our war. Ukraine wants peace, and Ukraine is a peaceful nation. When this war is over, Ukraine will be stronger than it was before. Together we will overcome, and Ukraine will never go down, and Ukraine will never surrender. Ukraine shall prevail. And to all the people here, and to all Ukrainians here or elsewhere on this planet, stay strong, be resilient, and be ready to rebuild Ukraine. Together, the victory of Ukraine will change the world. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Deputy Mayor of Amsterdam, Rutger Grootwassing.
Thank you very much. Slava Ukraina!
Героям слава!
What a shock it was to see Putin's brutal attack on Ukraine 1 year ago. That day, Putin revealed himself again as the criminal and treacherous leader as he is. The criminal in a grey suit, a cynical dictator who doesn't give a damn about people's lives, especially not about Ukrainian lives, and ruining the lives of many, many more. The invasion of Ukraine was the first of many shocks. There was Mariupol, where we saw the devastation of this terrible war for the first time. And as mentioned before, we saw Bucha, this criminal act. Numerous citizens murdered and left behind on the streets. And usually we would say that the truth is the first casualty of war. But it's hard to make an accurate assessment of the situation. But here, suddenly, unquestionably, visible for the whole world to see, Russian criminalities. It was not a discussion, evidence of what we all feared. An unwarranted, criminal and dirty war. And it was only the beginning of way more war criminalities that would follow. And we've seen much more shocks. I think that everybody is also shocked about the fighting that still continues today, that still continues. For example, in the trenches of Bakhmut, which brings in mind the atrocities of the First World War. But maybe as also a truly shock, the realization that it has been a year, that this war is already 1 year long. A year of bloodshed, destruction and unimaginable suffering. But also a year of courageous fighting of the Ukrainian armed forces and the Ukrainian people. It has been a year, and that's shocking to me. My Ukrainian friends, I have to be honest. I stand here with no real answers. I stand here with no real words of comfort. Yes, this war will end one day. But I don't know when, I don't know how, and I don't know at how much cost. What I do know is that you stand strong and united. And what I do know is that at the city of Amsterdam, we stand with you. We stand with your brave president. We stand with your brave soldiers on the battlefield. And we stand with you as Ukrainians in Amsterdam. It has been a hard year. It's been a hard time. And it's not over yet. But as the previous speaker already mentioned, Ukraine will prevail. As City Board of Amsterdam, we stand here with you in a truly shocking and devastating year. But we cannot remain in a state of shock. We have to pull ourselves together, stand tall, and do what we can do to help. Here in Amsterdam, we've tried to do our best. We've tried to provide shelter for people that fled this terrible war. And it hasn't been easy. But my pledge to you is that the city of Amsterdam will continue its unwavering support for the people of Ukraine for as long as it takes. And this support cannot only be continued during this terrible war. This cannot end after the Ukrainian victory, which definitely will come. Your country, after the Ukrainian victory, will have to be rebuilt. And that's why, that even in the darkest hour, even when it's hard, we have to think ahead. You have to keep faith, be resilient, and take care of each other. Stand together, no matter what comes next. There will be another year, but one thing I will know for sure. There will be a Ukrainian victory, and the city of Amsterdam will always stand with you. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Since the brutal invasion of Putin's army in Ukraine, in a war that started in 2014. And it's a war on European soil that takes life from the Ukrainian people on a daily basis. Horrible war crimes are committed, unprecedented atrocities, and it is clear that the delusional ideas of Putin must be stopped. And the grief, the suffering, and the militancy of the Ukrainian people reach us on a daily basis by our free media. And of course, Putin underestimated the perseverance of the Ukrainian people and Mr. President Zelensky in the battle for freedom and democracy. And it's with that we within Europe are also united and stand behind the Ukrainian people in the support and in the battle for freedom and democracy as a candidate member of the European Union, and in which we will support that Ukraine will become a full member of the European Union. And until then, we will make sure that we will stand side by side with the Ukrainian people. That we will keep supporting them, both military, humanitarian, and of course financially, as long as it takes. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
We stand here in solidarity. We stand here a year after the horrific invasion by Russia. And we stand here after a year of seeing every day on the news the images of the violence, the atrocities, the war crimes, but also the images of the hope, the images of the courage of the Ukrainian people fighting for freedom, the images of refugees in all of Europe, of showing people that we can be humanitarian in how we treat refugees. We've seen when the millions of Ukrainian refugees came, how we all stood in solidarity to give support. And that support we will continue to give, because we will continue to stand with Ukraine in solidarity as long as it takes, because this fight is a fight for freedom, and we shall win.
Народної партії за свободу та демократію ВВД Амстердам.
Please welcome a member of parliament and a chair of political party VVD Amsterdam, Claire Martens.
Hi, thank you for the invite. I have a little speech for you. Today, 1 year ago, Russia invaded Ukraine, ruthlessly attacking and murdering innocent people and their houses. But Ukrainians resisted and fought back the invasion fiercely and successfully.
Where we visited your representatives in Parliament in the Verkhovna Rada in Kiev, and we've been to Bucha in Irpin. And it was surreal to be in Bucha and to see the horrors that the Russian aggressors did to Ukraine, did to the Ukrainian people. But it was also heartwarming with
Hello everyone, it's so impressive to see so many of you here today. Russian aggression makes people from Ukraine suffer day in and day out. But they're willing to fight and to stay strong. It's never been so strong than this day.
Hello, Ukrainians.
Hello.
You hear me? Welcome in Amsterdam.
Thank you.
You can stay here as long as you deem necessary. We have a lot of political parties here, and we disagree on a lot of things.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here together, standing together for Ukraine. It's been 1 year of horror, of pain and destruction of Ukraine. It has endured at the hands of Russia. And we ask why.
Organizations, civil society actors and cultural players working with Ukraine. He's also a former Minister of Defense of the Netherlands and Vice Chair of the Advisory Council on International Affairs.
Thank you very much, dear people. I would like to send a letter to all the fathers of Russia, asking them, what in God's name are you doing to Mother Russia?
1 year ago,
I woke up on the worst day of my life. The news of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine plunged the whole world into darkness. Рівно рік тому я прокинулась у найгірший день свого життя.
Thank you, and applause for the organizers and for Ukrainians in the Netherlands. Almost 1 year ago, on the 27th of February, we were also here on the Dam Square. And I expressed my immense admiration for the calmness, for the bravery of President Zelensky and his people. And that admiration has even grown further and further. And I also said, Putin is making an enormous mistake. He